Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Hayan here from Eclipse Capital, bringing you another market forecast video for this week. So without wasting any much time, let's get on to the DXY. Now, last week, what we analyzed was that the DXY, we were looking for some sort of a corrective move to the upside, a counter trend move. This was the demand zone that I had marked out, and what we said that price could take this daily liquidity out. Obviously, this is on the 4-hour time frame, but on the daily, this was the previous day, one of the previous lows on the daily time frame. There was a fair value gap, and of course, an area of demand where we could have expected price to give us that counter trend move towards the upside, possibly taking out some sort of liquidity before having that move to the downside, continuing to the downside. Now, long term wise, if we've spoken about the dollar or any of the markets, whether that's the crypto market or the equities market, I do expect the dollar to take a dip in terms of long term perspective, which in return means that euro in the long term, or GBP USD, or even the crypto market or the indices market, equities market, they could gain a lot of strength in the long term. However, what we're seeing for this week is price, it took out that daily low, or last week price took out that daily low over here, gave us some sort of a push to the upside. However, towards the end of the week, we continued with that bearish move on the dollar. Now, since we have broken that area of demand, what I could mark it out as now is an area of liquidity. So price has taken that liquidity on the weekly time frame, or is that even a monthly low? That could be a monthly swing low. So whether you want to count that as weekly liquidity area or a monthly liquidity area, but even on the monthly time frame, what we can see is that there is a lot of bearish movement on the dollar. There are a lot of imbalances for the dollar to fulfill before we see any sort of move, should we get one to the upside. I've drawn out this price range where price from A to B. We are now back into that discount area of the price range, which could mean that the dollar could have some strength, which in reverse would mean shorts on the euro dollar and the pound dollar. But obviously we'll get to those pairs later on in this video. So on the weekly time frame, we can delete this area as well. We've taken out last week's low, with that wick to the downside. We've also taken out this weekly or monthly liquidity area, basically an external liquidity area, which could now give us some sort of move to the upside, because there isn't much liquidity on the weekly or on the higher time frame that we could take out on a shorter, on a more intra-week perspective. We also have this area on the weekly, which we could take out. Whether we take that out before having that push to the upside, giving us that relief move to the upside, or we have that move to the upside and then come crashing down. But this will become a lot more clearer when we go over the smaller time frames. So on the daily, Friday's low taken out. Could we see price now continuing to the upside and then having that fall, or are we going to see one more push to the downside before having some sort of a counter trend move to the upside, where we could cash in on some sort of dollar strength and euro and pound weakness. On the 4-hour, again, there is liquidity that we can target to the upside. So this gives us a bit more of a case as to why price can go back to the upside, and some of the target levels that we can look at when we do eventually take that long on the dollar, or on Euro USD or GBP USD, take that short. We have these equal lows over here present. We also have this trendline liquidity if you want to add, but ideally I will keep these equal lows over here, equal highs over here, where I could look to target price. So if we do get some sort of a pullback on the smaller time frame, then go long on the dollar, that would be a good move for us to cash in on. And then once price does take these highs, we will have to then reanalyze and see whether we are getting some sort of supply back into the dollar, which will push it back down, or if we're going to go higher and target some of these liquidity. This liquidity was an area that I marked out last week in last week's market forecast video, which is still valid for us to look to react from, and then see some more shorts on the dollar. However, on the flip side, Euro USD, again, what we can see is that price took out this monthly swing high from this area. That is where we were expecting price to have that deeper retracement to the downside. However, on the Discord chat, I did point out that we might not even get a deeper retracement, taking out these previous weekly lows and come all the way down here, where we would want to possibly look to buy from again on the Euro USD. What we could have got, and what we did get, was that price, it took out any early buyers who were cashing in, anyone that was that had a buy trade from anywhere within this zone, take them out. And then anyone that was looking to sell, we had this nice trendline liquidity present over there. Wait, let me get rid of that magnet tool. Anywhere over here, anyone that had shorts, who was expecting price to come down deeper towards this weekly low, or even down to this buyer's area of liquidity, they could have they were taken out with this strong move to the upside. And now that we've taken out that liquidity area, could it be possible for Euro to take out this daily low, possibly even come down? If we do, ideally, what I would want to see is for price to come down, take out this weekly low, again come into this area of demand, and then having that push to the upside, which we initially had marked out last week. However, with this push up, all it did was just take out more liquidity. Any early sellers that got into the market, they were taken out with this move. And then now it could be possible that we have that actual counter trend. I say counter trend, obviously on the 4 hour, this would be somewhat of a pro trend trade. However, in terms of the higher time frame perspective, it would be counter trend. So because of how bullish euro dollar has been on the weekly, we can see this strong break above this area. So we do need to cash out on any short trades that we would want to take, because of the strength of the euro, really. So if price does come down, take out this daily low, which I believe also was an equal low on the smaller time frame. If we go on the 4 hour, so it would have been that low and that low, these equal lows, relative equal lows. Price can take that out and continue to the upside. There is this imbalance as well. That imbalance that price can come into, or even this area of demand where price can come into. And this area of demand does look nice for a relatively short-term trade. And the reason being is that this area, if we look at it, took out this wick, took out that low. Although having a look at this on the hourly perspective, we did have this pullback. So there must be buyers present within the market anywhere within this zone. So if we were, so it would be quite likely for price to take out this low as well, because when liquidity is created, that's where price will eventually target in the future. And of course, liquidity was created over here, which means this could be a nice area for us to target. This could be, you know, a second area of partials that we can take if we get a short trade at some point this week. So first target would be this daily low, which again would not be looking to buy from here. If we do get some sort of a buy from there, it would be just to induce buyers before price comes down. So that could be a potential move. Once we see price come down here, we could see some sort of a pullback where a lot of buyers will be getting into the market. Potentially they would be seeing this as A, B, price coming down into this area of discount. A lot of smart money traders seeing this as an order block, which could be valid, don't get me wrong, because price did take out, you know, previous candle lows before having that push up. But I feel like this move here has now just generated a lot of liquidity in the market to try and get more buyers in. But in fact, we could have some sort of a reaction, like I had marked out, some sort of a reaction, bring price towards the upside, and then having that real move to the downside for us to get shorts. GBP USD, again, very similar. Let me just delete some of these previous markings. So again, the monthly high taken out. Could price possibly come a little higher? To be fair, we have filled this imbalance over there, so it could be a good idea to look for shorts on GBP USD as well. Again, on the weekly, strong weekly candle to the upside, you know, closing above these levels. So now what we would have to see is that will price give us any sort of a counter trend, short trade, liquidity generated, this trend line liquidity. If we go on the hourly time frame, now the interesting thing is we haven't really had a pullback into this area of demand, unless on the smaller time frame. No, so even on the 30-minute, ideally what I would have wanted to see to confirm that price will break below this low is if we came up, had some sort of retest, and then pushed to the upside. But instead, price took out these lows over here with this candle, and then had that strong push to the upside. So that was a liquidity. It took out liquidity. That was a liquidity candle, took out liquidity, and then had that strong move to the upside. So what could potentially happen is that, just like with Euro USD, price can come down, give us some sort of induce a lot more buyers into the market. So once price does come down here, similarly with Euro USD, once price comes down into that area of demand, we could potentially see a buy. However, we will be looking at internal liquidity points to take out that buy, and of course all updated analysis throughout the week will be posted on the Discord channel. If you haven't joined it yet, go give us a message on our social media accounts, on Twitter or on Instagram, and we will add you to our Discord channel. But what we can see, or what we could potentially see, is that price comes into this area of demand, has that push up, and then that would generate further liquidity for price to then take out in the future. And then overall, where would I want to see GBP/USD come down to? Well, it's been quite bullish for many days. In fact, the last bearish closure on GBP/USD was all the way back in on the 14th of August. Since then, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of price action, where price on the daily time frame has closed in a bullish manner. So still very bullish on GBP/USD in terms of the price action that's shown, but we should see some sort of a relief at some point, which will give us those nice short trades. For now, longs do look quite extended. There has been a lot of liquidity that's been taken. This high was taken, this monthly high was taken. Could we see this high also being taken before price coming into this area of supply and then having that short trade? Would be possible. We'll have to see. Of course, today is a bank holiday in the UK, so what we can see is for price possibly Tuesday, Wednesday, come up into this zone and then have that pullback to the downside before potentially going back up. In terms of liquidity to the downside, there is still liquidity. Like, we can still come into this weekly area, which would be between 1.2596 and down to 1.245. Liquidity candle. Price over here took out that low, had that push to the upside. Yes, we've had some sort of a pullback, but this could be just inducing more buyers. Inducement of buyers, creating that liquidity as well. But we haven't come into this liquidity block, so price can come down into there before having that push to the upside. However, of course, like I said, GBP/USD has been very bullish for the past almost 2 weeks now. So we would have to see if there are any fundamentals, which I should check, which I will check after this video, and of course keep you guys updated on any fundamentals that will be out during this week on the Discord channel for you to keep out on, and make sure you mitigate your risk and manage your risk in a correct way. But of course, for now, that's my analysis on GBP/USD, EUR/USD, and the DXY. I do expect price to give us some sort of a pullback, possibly this week. Would that be after price takes out today's highs on EUR/USD? So could be that today's highs are taken out before price gives us that move down, or of course another scenario would be price coming down, giving us that retracement for that push to the downside. But yeah, we'll keep up with the market throughout the week. I'll update you guys on the Discord channel for any new things, any new information that we receive in terms of price action, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoy this market forecast video, and I'll catch you guys next week. And also crypto forecast will be coming out very shortly as well, possibly tomorrow, where I'll go through what I see on Bitcoin, XRP, all of these coins that I'll be, and of course some other altcoins, some meme coins, some AI coins, some DeFi coins that I'll be looking at in the near future, and explaining where I've bought my coins and where I will look to sell as well. And again, all the information will be updated on the Discord channel whenever a new video comes out, or whenever a new analysis has been posted. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll catch you guys next week.